Hey guys, Trigger John coming at you with an Awaken Chaos Era video, guys. So today's video, what we're going to be talking about is hero synthesis. Now, not only are we going to talk about hero synthesis, we're also going to talk about ability synthesis. Oh, say that 10 times fast, guys. So some of you may know or may not know that upgrading abilities for your character can be a real troublesome grind. And depending on where you're at in the no man's land here, for example, I'm already down to almost stage 9 here, which is going to be the best farming rate for these rare ones here, right? The rare water aspidinians. You can synthesize your smaller ones and get those. So I did want to make you guys aware of that because I know a lot of people who have been struggling and they didn't know that. And what they've been doing is doing like the second from last stage that they can do and not getting 100% win rate. So they're really losing a lot of their energy, bread, stamina, however you refer to it in the game. And it's very wasteful, you know. So I did want to point out, like, there is a way to get around that whole situation, as well as I do want to talk about the hero synthesis and kind of what you should be looking for, what you should pay attention to, and at what point should you really be going for those hero synthesis. So, okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the rest of the video. All right, so what we're going to talk about first, let's go ahead. I'm sure a lot of you are curious about the whole synthesis for abilities, right? So let's just pull this up. Let's see, I know Tia, I think I still have some abilities to upgrade. I do, okay. So as you can see here, guys, I need 6 more of these orange rare obsidians, right? So one way to do this is literally to go farm them, because as you know, if you click on anything in the game, you will see the source on which you can obtain it, if it's farmable. So in this case, yes, it'll recommend the dungeon. But what you can do is you can synthesize. This is the same across the board. So if you go +1, it takes 8 of the epic crystals to make 1 of the obsidian. And if you go down here and you want to synthesize some of the epic ones, it'll take 1 of the smaller ones, or 8 of them, sorry, to create 1 of the epics. So it's linear across the board, so it's equal value. And the thing that's really good about this is a lot of people are going to struggle. And early game, guys, this is a game changer because you're not going to get all the way down to those bottom 9 tiers. Like, I've only done it on the fire one right now, almost to the point on this water one. And it is hard. It takes a little bit of time. Granted, yes, you know, we're only a few weeks into the game, so everything should be a little hard. But this is a real game changer. It'll make a big difference. So as you can see here, if I go ahead and just sacrifice all of them, that gives me only 35 of these, which, keep in mind, that's not a whole lot. So we'll synthesize those. And then what happens is that gives me enough materials, right, for an upgrade. So if I go ahead and hit synthesis here and I go up to 6, synthesize, there we go. Now I have enough to do an upgrade ability. The thing to note, though, is your epic, it does require 50 of your epics versus the 10 of the legendary ones. So be mindful of that. Don't go in there and don't just automatically sacrifice all of them, thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just get all the legendary, and then you go back and you have no epics here. Because notice, now I'm minus 10, right? So it's gonna take 80 of these epics to get 10 of the legendary. Well, when I do that, that'll only leave me 37 of the epics, and I don't have any more. So I would not be able to upgrade another character's ability if I were to synthesize again. So definitely keep that in mind. But it is definitely very viable. Like, if you're struggling to get just a few of them, because I did the fire runs yesterday, and I did, I would say I think I did 40 or 50 runs, and I only maybe got out of 40 or 50 runs, I think I got close to 32 or something like that of the legendary. So it does take a little bit of time and a little bit of energy, but this is a quick way. Like, if you're struggling and you just want to do 1 or 2 quick ability upgrades, this is definitely a viable way to do it. All right, next let's talk about is the hero synthesis, because that'll be the rest of the video. Also, if you guys are enjoying my content, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that way you guys can get notified every time I release a video. I will be doing daily content, if not almost daily content, once the beginning stuff kind of runs out a little bit. All right, so next we're going to talk about is your hero synthesis. Going into here. Now, I'm going to do this kind of fast because there's a lot of information here that I could really break down and analyze for you guys. And I may do that later. I may go back and do like a better video or a different video, really breaking down like at what priority level and which one you should be doing and working on. But this video, I'm just going to go ahead and give you like a basic high level breakdown and kind of remind you of a few things. So one, these synthesize, they're not a limited time thing. They're here, they're present. There is no current time where they're going to disappear or time is ending. Okay. The other thing to note is that you will notice that the characters that go into them are fairly common, fairly easy to get. So, for example, out of these in the current list, Savannah is probably going to be the best one that you can get. She's a very, very, very good DPS nuker. However, problem with her is you have to get all of these characters to level 50, Ascension 0. What that means is you will have to get them all the way up to level 50. You don't have to ascend them. And then you have to unlock them, and you have to do that all 4 times here to then create Savannah. And then you have to upgrade Savannah, right? So it takes a lot of resources to get these legendaries, because I'm sure, as you've noticed, getting 50s and 60s in the game does take quite a bit of time, resources, and dedication to actually upgrade those uncommons all the way up and your foodies all the way up. It's a lot of resources. So definitely be mindful of that when you're going through here and you're saying, hey, oh, I can get so-and-so, I can get so-and-so. Well, yeah, you can get them, but be cognizant of what you're going to sacrifice to get them. Also, one thing I did want to note is the summoning or the synthesis for this epic here is probably one of the better ones in the game, to be honest. He's a very solid champion. He's a very good, he's a taunt champion, a high defense, high HP champion. He does a lot of good things. So if you are really struggling in the game and you need a good water like support unit, he would probably be worth it for you guys to go ahead and possibly start investing in. So I'll go ahead and show you this kit real quick. All right, and we're back. Like I was saying, I'm going to show you the kit of Hakrin right now. So guys, this guy's going to be pretty good for those of you who are really struggling and need like a tanky unit. And this is why. So Ancient Guardian here grants a team-wide defense bonus equal to 10% of this character's defense rating. Now, what that means is if you look at his actual defense stats, that means 10% of his defensive stats are going to be going to the team right now, okay? Now, that in itself is going to be pretty decent. It's going to be a good little decent defense boost. Now, with this skill, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be post defense or if it's going to be base defense. Keep in mind that most percentage-based stats in the game are going to be derived from your character's base stats, right? So I don't know if that means it's going to be his base stats or if it means it's going to be his after-action stats. So I don't 100% have the answer for that one, but even then, even if it's just the 10% of the base stats, that's an additional 90 defense, which is pretty decent for most characters because they're not going to be that tanky. Moving on, you have the A1 here. Deals 50% damage to an enemy with an 80% chance to reduce the cooldown of this character's ultimate ability by 1 turn. Now let's go ahead and look at the ultimate real quick so that way you understand why this would be good. Deal 150% damage to an enemy and grants max health up to all team members, max 5 stacks. Now this is going to be a buff that does not have a cooldown, right? So no cooldown on this buff, no turn meter manipulation there, no like 2 turns in, it goes away. It can stack up to 5 times. So that means the 15% for the max health up boost can go all the way up to 70%, right? Because you have 15 times 5 is 75? No, 75. Haha, math is hard. Anyways, so 75% increased max HP, which is awesome. So that's really good and very helpful to make your team very tanky. So that's why it's a very good, what's the word? CC / taunt type unit, because also he has, well, taunt. He's very tanky, so he's going to take the brunt of a lot of things. And I know you're probably going, okay, well, now you're just going to this guy's kit. Well, that's the reason why I'm going into it, is because Hero Synthesis is going to take a lot of those resources like I was talking about. And you really, wrong screen, John. You really want to make sure that you're not wasting your resources getting characters that you don't necessarily need, right? Like, yeah, eventually you will get to the point where we're doing all these builds and grabbing all these people. It's going to be like no big deal. Leveling up will not be a problem. But if you understand like the kits of everybody from the get-go, who's available, then you can kind of target that area, right? Not to mention getting these are a lot easier because it's only a level 30 Ascension 3. These are all very common characters. As you see here, Other than CC here, I think I have all the resources. Yeah, I have all the resources other than CC to upgrade and get Hakrin. Now, I probably will myself because I feel like he's going to be a good unit. I definitely want to do like a show or display of him. But yeah, that's awesome. And then the next thing is you have to have him to get Savannah. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is not going to be a beginning goal. So don't prioritize going, hey, I really want to do this hero synthesis for Savannah. You're going to burn a lot of those resources that you could be better spent on other epics and elites that are going to carry you so much further. Okay? So keep that in mind. Just for in general purpose. Also, you can look at the different characters here. Magnar's pretty decent as well. He's got a defense down on his A1. But yeah, definitely keep these characters in mind before you go to like make the decision. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this hero synthesis, okay? Because the resources, I feel like could be better spent elsewhere until you get more mid to end game. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope that helped you guys out today. I was looking just to do like a regular shorter type video, kind of showcasing a little bit about both the ability synthesis and the hero synthesis, a little synthesis showcase, so to speak. If you guys liked the video and you enjoyed the content, please make sure you like and subscribe. Channel's almost to 1,000, so thank you guys so very much for watching and subscribing. I do appreciate it. And I can't wait to keep making more Ace content for you guys. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.